Namaste and welcome here on the mat and on my YouTube channel. My name is Sarah Lynn and I am super happy that I may serve you this evening, because this is especially for you if you just finished a stressful day of work at your working space or at your desk. So we basically will focus on all the body parts suffering from working posture. That will be the lower back, the hips, and the shoulders and the neck. So it won't be too long. We're gonna focus first of all on strengthening a little the muscles that we have deep down here, basically the pelvic floor and the deep core muscle layers. And if you are interested in more of this and wanted to dive a bit deeper, then check out the subscription, because I have a free mini course prepared for you in which you will learn how to activate the right muscles to improve your posture and prevent yourself from any pain in these areas that I was just talking about. But for now, let's just start lying down on our backs. So just make yourself a little comfy here. You may grab your knees first of all to start rolling your shoulders up and down a few times. So taking a big inhale to lifting that chest, drawing your shoulder blades back towards the spine, and exhale to gently round the upper back. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale to lengthen the spine, opening up that chest, and exhale to round the upper back. 1 more time. Inhale to lengthen the spine, lift the crown of your head, open up your chest. And as you exhale, vertebrae by vertebrae, begin to roll yourself down onto your mat. And we're going to place the feet just in front of our hips, making sure that the knees are facing straightly up towards the ceiling. So with your next inhale, just begin to shift your pelvis slightly back so that you create a little gap in between your lower spine and the mat. And then as you exhale, I want you to imagine you're pulling your pubic bone closer towards your spine. And with that, you find your way flat onto the ground with your lower back. Okay, so just shifting the pelvis back and forth for a few times. So use your inhale, coming into this anterior tilt of your pelvis, and as you exhale, bring your pubic bone closer towards your navel for a posterior tilt. See what that does to your spine. Use the breath. Inhale, little gap in between your lower back and the mat, and exhale to flatten the lower back once again. Let's do that 1 more time. Just observe how it feels in your spine. It may cause a little chain reaction here. So maybe even up here, cervical spine, thoracic spine. Good. And the next time you have that little tuck in your pelvis, we're going to move from here. So whenever you feel that posterior tilt, once again, pubic bone to navel, I want you to slightly begin to lift your hips up towards the ceiling. Then vertebrae by vertebrae, roll yourself back down. Find that little anterior tilt of the pelvis. At the same time now, I want you to lift your arms all the way overhead. Take an inhale here. And then exhale to bring your arms back down. At the same time, flatten the lower back. And then begin to lift your hips up high. So really use this movement of your pelvis, initiating the rolling transition of your spine. 2 more. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, arms down. Pubic bone to navel. Keep your core slightly engaged. And as I said in that Explore Your Core mini course, you will find all the details that you need to know, and even how you can use your breath to keep all these muscles activated. But for now, let's just stay here, keeping the hips up high, lifting the arms all the way up towards the ceiling. From here, I want you to lift them all the way up overhead once again. And then as you exhale, palms facing back in, lift your arms up towards the ceiling. Let's do that 2 more times. Keep that pelvis in its stable position here. Inhale, lift your arms overhead, and exhale, arms halfway back up towards the sky. 1 more time. Inhale. And exhale. There you go. From here, lift your arms all the way overhead once again. See if you may even roll onto the balls of your feet. You lift your hips higher 1 more time. Big inhale here. And as you exhale, vertebrae by vertebrae, roll your spine back down super slowly. Nice. All right, from here, we directly continue, placing the left foot down onto the ground and pulling the right knee closer towards the belly. Point the toes, so bring your heel closer towards your butt cheek, and then let's roll up from the other side of the spine. So chin tucked in, nose towards the knee, and then slowly roll yourself back down. So let's focus a little more now on the upper part of the spine. What's happening here? Inhale, your chest might slightly come up, and as you exhale, I really want you to tuck your chin in and roll your way up without pulling on your arms or your neck. Let's do that 1 more time. Inhale, chin in, exhale, nose towards your knee. Here we go. All right. Before we're going to repeat that on the other side, let's lengthen that right leg up towards the sky. Flex the foot up there. Big inhale. And as you exhale, shift that leg down and begin to pulse without losing the position of your pelvis. Inhale, point the toes up there now, and then exhale to flex the foot and pulse it down. Try to pull your ribs more in as you do so. 3 more of these. Inhale, pointing the toes. Exhale, pulse the leg. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, maintain the position of your pelvis. 1 more time. Inhale. And exhale. Active stretch in your hip flexor. There you go. All right, let's bring that leg up high once again. And now you can place that outer ankle on top of your left thigh. Give your right thigh a gentle push so you feel that external rotation in your hip, that opening. And then from here, we're going to go a little deeper into the stretch. Lifting the left leg up, and you can hug your hands around the left thigh. So this will give you a nice stretch in your deep hip muscle, especially the piriformis, one of the muscles that sits deep down here in your hip and your butt cheek. You may feel it. And this is one of our muscles that suffer the most if we sit down a lot during the day. All right, keep your jaw relaxed. Take another big inhale, exhale, pull the legs in. Very nice. Okay, let's switch sides. Left foot down, right foot down, and then pull your left knee in. Start with a big inhale here. Your lower back stays flat on the ground. And as you exhale, tuck your chin in and roll your way up, nose towards the knee. Vertebrae by vertebrae back down. Inhale. And exhale, slowly roll up. 1 more time. Inhale. Keep your jaw relaxed. Don't pull. Don't use the strength of your arms. Don't pull from your neck. And then slowly find your way back down. Nice. Okay, let's release the hands next to the body once again. Flex that left foot up towards the sky. Take another inhale here. Zip your navel up towards the spine. That will give you a little more stability in your core. And exhale, pulse that left leg down. Now point the toes of your left foot. Inhale, come up. Exhale, pulse without the other leg moving, okay? So this is a sign that your pelvis stays in its position. Let's do 2 more of these. Inhale, keep your neck relaxed. Exhale, shoulder blades evenly grounded, jaw relaxed. 1 more time. Pulse and up. Here we go. Very nice. Okay, you can drop that left foot on top of the right thigh and then gently push the left thigh away from you. Feel that external opening of your hip. Take another big breath into your belly. And exhale, pull the right leg closer towards yourself. Keeping the neck nice and long. Just breathing into that stretch. Every inhale will give you more length in your lower back. And every exhale, you may pull your legs slightly more in towards your chest. No tension in your jaw, your face. Beautiful. All right, so from here, let's release, shake off your legs. So we have 1 more thing to do here, lying down, and then we're gonna come into a seated position. Open up your arms into a cactus shape. And now you can keep your feet down for a moment. Make sure that you really ground down through both of your shoulder blades, all right? So this is the most important thing right now. Keep the sides of your neck nice and long. Gently pull your chin in so you create even more length. Your jaw is relaxed. And then you can lift your legs up into a 90 angle degree shape. If that seems too much for you and you feel like you're coming back into this anterior tilt, which we don't want in this case, okay, I want you to keep your lower back flat on the ground, then just shift your knees slightly more in. That makes it a little easier. From here, we're gonna begin to draw some circles. So gently squeeze your inner thighs and your knees together, and then shift your knees towards the right side. Inhale. Shift them away from you. And as you exhale, find your way towards the left and back to center. Let's do that 2 more times on this side. Both of your shoulder blades stay evenly grounded, and you should feel the activation in your deep core muscles, but at the same time, this gentle massage in your lower back. Good. And then we're just gonna reverse the circles towards the other direction. Pull your ribs in whenever you find your way back to center. And breathe. Nice. Okay, whenever you find your way back, this is the last exercise here, lying down. You can relax your legs for a moment if you have to, or you can shake your legs off. Let's take another big inhale here to prepare. With your exhale, you can actually open up your arms now into a T shape, bringing the palms down, shoulder blades grounded. You can begin to bring your knees towards the right side. If it feels all right for you, you can come all the way down. Oh, that was a big crack. If it's too much, obviously you just go halfway, all right? But make sure you use the strength in your core to find your way back up. So there should be no pulling sensation in your neck. If you can feel that, what you can do is just go halfway and gently bring the gaze towards the other side, okay? This makes the movement a little more synchronized. Inhale, find your way back to center. Let's do 2 more each side. Exhale into twist. Inhale, use your core support to find your way back up. And exhale back to the other side. Good. 1 more time. Breathe. Long and steady breaths. There you go. All right, and then let's meet back in center. Take your time to finish this round, and then grab both of your knees. Let's circle out these hips. Inhale to open, exhale to pull the legs in. Relax the jaw in your mouth one more time, and then you can pull your knees closer in, roll your chin up once again, and then let's come up into seated. Maybe take 1 or 2 rounds here, rolling yourself up and down, and then we're going to meet in this seated position. Well, actually, you can directly swing your legs to the back, and we're going to come into a tabletop position from here. So let's start using our shoulders a little now. The core stays stable, right? So pull your navel in and up once again. Keep that pelvic floor slightly engaged. And then from here, what we're going to do is called scapular push-ups. So I want you to roll or draw your elbows a little closer towards each other, so towards the midline of your body. And then straighten your arms, make sure your shoulders stay exactly on top of your wrists. And then from here, gaze towards the top of your mat, and then just drop your sternum down. So you feel the gap literally in between your shoulder blades, okay? And then from here, I want you to push up from exactly that sweet spot in between. And you may feel the protraction in your shoulder girdle. All right, so drop, feel the gap, and push. Scapular push-ups. Let's do 3 more. Collapse and push it up. Keep your neck nice and long. Collapse and push it up. Good. Last one. Collapse and push it up. Really nice. Okay, now I want you to hold that stability, right? So stay centered in your shoulder girdle as well. And then we're going to lift the right knee slightly up. So lift it only a few centimeters, and we begin to draw some big circles from your hip. So as you inhale, try to reach for that outer elbow, open up that leg, and exhale. Maybe even slightly round that back. This is so soothing for your lower back as well. And then we're gonna, from here, come straightly into the next movement. So as you try to touch that outer elbow, I want you to lengthen that right leg towards the opposite side of your mat. Point the toes, let your gaze follow, and then lift that long leg back up. Bend and pull it towards your right elbow. Let's do that 2 more times. Big movement towards the opposite side. Inhale, lift, exhale, pull it towards the right elbow. Let's do 1 more. Breathe. Nice. And then we're going to meet here, and we're going to kick that leg towards the outside of the mat. So make sure that your hips stay in one line, the outer edge of your foot is grounded, and your left shoulder stays on top of your left wrist. So let's open up towards the right side, taking a big inhale here. And as you exhale, wrap that arm through and again pulse. Let the gaze follow. 2 more. Inhale to open. And exhale, reach through. 1 more time. Inhale to open. And exhale to reach. Very nice. Okay, let's come back up here. And now what we're going to do, stay open in your shoulders. Point the toes of your right foot and circle it all the way to the back of your mat. And then just adjust your stance a little so that you can keep the alignment of your shoulders, right? 1 vertical line, so make sure you stay stable. And now let's circle that upper arm. Inhale to open, and this will give you such a nice release and stretch in your fascia as well. Let's do that 2 more times. But make it as big as possible and let the gaze follow. Breathe. Inhale to open. And exhale now to come down. We're going to shift that bended knee slightly more to the front so we can come into a seated position. And now just lengthen your right leg towards the side. Make sure your foot stays flexed. And now what we're going to do is we're going to grab the left thigh with the right hand. And then we're going to lean towards the long leg. See how far you can go, because this may cause a little resistance here, because your hip and your lower back obviously are connected, and this is what you may feel here right now. So let's circle that upper wrist in one and into the other direction, and then you can just push that upper palm away from you and try to open up a little more towards your armpit. Let's stay here. One more big breath in. Beautiful. And then exhale, come up. Cactus that left arm once again. Now cactus the other arm as well. If you have hard time sitting like this, an opportunity is to put a cushion, a pillow underneath your left knee and underneath your seating bones as well. We're going to come into our eagle arms position. So what does that mean? We're going to bring the left elbow on top of the right, and then see how you can connect your hands with each other. So it may be the palms touching, or it may be the thumbs crossing, for instance, if you do not feel like you have the range of movement yet in your shoulders. Okay, so from here, we're just going to stay. One more big breath in, lifting the chest, the crown of your head, and as you exhale, drop the whole shoulder girdle down. So from here, we're going to move into a circular movement once again, leaning towards the long leg, leaning towards the front, and then finding the way back up. Inhale. Let's do that 2 more times in this direction. Inhale. And exhale. There you go. Let's repeat it to the other side. Inhale. Exhale to the front. Inhale. Exhale to the front. Drop your head. Relax your neck. Beautiful. And then find your way back into that upright seated position. Open up your arms. Nice. And then let's just circle them back towards the bended leg. And we can actually meet in a pigeon pose. What a blessing, right? So keep that left knee bent. And then just open up your hips slightly more in. Take another big inhale here. And exhale. You may come onto your forearms for a moment. Drop your head down. And try to relax a little more into your left butt cheek. Relax your jaw. Beautiful. All right, we have one more side to go. So push into your hands. Of course, you can stay longer in that stretch. Otherwise, just shift that leg to the back and then find your way into a child's pose just for a moment. See how it feels along the sides of your spine, both sides, obviously left and right. There may be a little difference. Let's take another big inhale here. And as you exhale, once again, tuck your chin in towards the chest. Vertebrae by vertebrae, roll up. Tuck the toes in the back, and then let's lengthen into a downward facing dog. What a feeling. Okay, let's do that 2 more times. Slowly roll onto the balls of your feet. Sit back, flatten the feet in the back. Inhale. Exhale, draw your chin in, roll up onto all fours, lift your knees, and shift your sacrum back and up. Downward facing dog. Inhale. Very nice. One more time. Knees down. Send your hips back. Inhale. Roll up. Exhale. And lift your sacrum. Inhale. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Heels to the floor. And drop the crown of your head. Nice. Okay, so let's repeat on the other side. So find your way back onto all fours, please. Give me that little protraction in your shoulder girdle. So think of that scapular push-up. Stay stable in your core. And then lift your left knee slightly. Begin to draw big circles from that left hip. Open it up. See if you can touch that outer elbow once again. Inhale. And exhale. Nice. And once you reach for that elbow one more time, draw a big movement towards the right side. Point the toes here. And then lift that long leg, bend, and try to reach the left elbow. Let's just do that 2 more times. Gaze towards the right shoulder, lift it up. Pull it towards the left side and lengthen it back. 1 more time. And then we can actually stay here once again, bringing that foot all the way to the left side of the mat, making sure the right hand stays underneath the right shoulder. And then let's open up towards the left. Big inhale here. Open, exhale, thread that arm through the right armpit and pulse. Let's do 2 more of these. Inhale to open, exhale to pulse. Reach through. 1 more time. Inhale and exhale. There you go. Find your way back to the top. Good. This time we're going to circle that left leg all the way to the back. Make sure you adjust yourself a little. Let me turn for you. I feel it's quite impolite to turn my back onto you. All right, so make sure you ground down through the left foot, all right? And then let's just circle that left arm all the way up. Inhale. Exhale, back down. Inhale, reach up high. Exhale, gaze back down. Make it a big movement, opening up that fascia, that connective tissue in your body, in your side body. Nice. Next time, let's shift that bended knee slightly more to the front, coming into a seated position. You may grab some pillows to support an upright seat. And then from here, we're going to grab the right thigh with the left hand, and then we're going to find our way into that side body stretch. Circling that upper wrist. And then pushing that invisible wall away. Open up towards your armpit if you can. Big inhale. Ooh, that's a big stretch. Exhale. Let's come back to center. Bend that right arm in front of you and thread the other arm just underneath. See how you can connect your hands once again into that eagle arm position. And if you want to place something underneath, then that's absolutely fine. Let's stay here. 1 more big breath in, lengthening the spine. Exhale, pulling the shoulder girdle slightly more down. All right, from here we're going to create circles to the front. And up, inhale. Exhale to the front. And coming up, inhale. 1 more round in this direction. Oh, that feels so necessary in the back. I don't know about you, but it's very important that you just breathe through the movement, okay? Inhale to open. And exhale to come towards the front. Very nice. All right, finish after this last round. Take your time, obviously. And then let's open up the arms. Take another big inhale here. What a feeling. And then exhale. Let's circle the arms all the way back towards the top of the mat, coming into a pigeon pose. So right knee towards the right side of the mat. Make sure that you create a little more length along your left hip flexor. And then push yourself away here from the mat. Take another big inhale here. And then exhale, you can come all the way down onto your forearms. Obviously, take a cushion or something that you can hold on. Or you can place something underneath your right butt cheek if that makes it a little easier. Of course, it takes some time to get into that range of movement. But of course, it's so important to not just randomly move into stretches, but also create some stability before that. So I really suggest you check out the free 3-class mini course about how to find that stability in your deep and supportive core muscles. And then you can stay here as long as you like. Otherwise, we're going to slowly find our way up into a seated position. So you can just roll onto your butt cheek and then maybe swinging your knees from side to side. Before we're gonna connect the outer edges of the feet, coming into our last little hip opening here. See how everything connects now, your hips, your lower back. Pulse your knees up and down a few times. And then let's do the same movement like we did in the very beginning. So drop your knees, take a big inhale to lift your chest. Lengthen your spine, and then exhale to round your back, sinking a little deeper in between your hips. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale to open up that chest. See how everything connects now, your hips, your lower back, your spine, and your shoulders. Exhale to release any tension. And then last one like this. Inhale to open up. And exhale to relax. There you go. All right. So I hope you feel a little more relaxed and loose now. Otherwise, of course, feel free to check out any other yoga flow here on my channel. Please make sure that you subscribe it if you haven't done so yet. And I am super happy to read from you. So please drop me a comment, leave me a thumb up. I really appreciate your support. And for now, I wish you a great and relaxed evening off the mat. Namaste.